Welcome back to Lift Your Monday. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. It is the best day of the week. It is Monday. We're back at it. We're going hard again. We don't stop. I'm super glad you guys are back. I know I say it. I mean it every time. Very excited to have you guys back, tuning in again. I hope you really enjoy listening to Touch, just a different perspective. It really lives the E plus R mentality, E plus R equals O mentality, right? Just trying to give back and help as many people as he can, especially, using the story he has to fuel him. It's pretty incredible to hear his story and to see what he's doing. So thank you, Tut, for being on. Season 2 has been amazing so far, guys. I mean, the people we've had on and the path we're going is awesome. Just want to check out how are our goals going. My goals they're real up and down. This is the first year I think where I've really paid attention to them after like the first week, and it's hard. It is really hard to stick to the goals you have and really make them work. But I'm working on it. I made progress. I think one of my biggest ones is reading the Bible every night. I just actually bought a little book. I don't know. I can't think of the name of what they're called. A devotional, right? I think that is. And it's like 15 minutes with God every day. And that's something that I'm going to use to help me, just because for me, I didn't really know where to start when I was reading it. I kind of just would just flip it open and just start reading. But I wanted a little more direction. So I'm really excited about this, and definitely helping me take a right step in those goals. So I have that one going, and then sign language I've been working on a little bit. I think I have my ABCs down pretty well. I have my ABCs down pretty good. I got them down. It's going. It's going. I'm pretty fluent in those, I think. Now I just got to like work on words, and I got this little website I've been using, so I'm going to keep doing that a little more too. But overall, real up and down on the goals, but it's really challenging me, so I'm really excited about it. This week we were doing our programming for our teams, me, Coach Wells, and Coach Gaga, and it really got me in like the weightlifting mentality. And I know a lot of people have questions about weightlifting, and sometimes they don't know who to ask. So I just really want to put that out there, and really wanted to give people an opportunity to ask questions. So that's what this week's is. People sent in some questions they had about weightlifting. We'll be talking about, periodization and plateauing in your workouts, and how that might feel. Then we're going to talk about, form and weight. And then we'll talk about rest a little bit too. And we'll kind of hit all three of those. Those are the three main ones. And then we'll kind of just see where it goes from there. So very excited you guys are in. Again, we always have our website, qooh.me/liftyourmonday. That is qooh.me/liftyourmonday. If you want to go post anonymously, I would love it. I love the questions I get on there. Also, we have Instagram. That is what I use the most for the podcast. I'll post questions. I'll post updates, anything on there. The best place to find it is on Instagram. If you're really, a follower, or you want to share it, the best thing is, hey, send them my Instagram. And then I got pretty much all about that on there. So the Instagram is H_Jones01. Check it out. Give it a follow. If you were on this last week, or you already follow me, you saw my 10-year challenge. I had to post it. It is, it's rough. I had a full blonde afro 10 years ago, like full afro, curly. It's if you haven't seen it, I definitely go check it out. It looks like a completely different person. Man, I went through some things. I pulled it off, but I went through some things. But other than that, I hope you guys have a freaking great day. It is Monday, best day of the week. I'm already hyped up. I'm pumped up, man. Spread the word, spread the love, peace, and positivity today. Whew. We'll get into it a little bit. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the podcast, weightlifting, just me. I hope you're all right with that. You get to listen a little bit more of my voice this time, but it ain't too bad. I don't have a cough. Like, we're back. Here we go. Lift Your Monday, episode something. Here we go. What's up, Lift Your Monday podcast listeners, YouTube watchers, whatever you might be? I appreciate you for tuning in, listening in. Today, I put up on my Instagram, what questions do you have about weightlifting? And today I am here to answer those for you. And I'm going to do my absolute best. My time here, I've really grown to learn a lot about this profession and but there's still so much out there. So take what I can give you. And if you like it, use it. If not, take what I say and then kind of do your own little research about it. Everything I've used and I'm going to talk about I get from the NSCA, National Strength and Conditioning Association. It's one of the two top ones, if not the top strength and conditioning organization out there. I would say the other one is the CSCCA, but that is more strength and conditioning coaches. This is encompassing strength and conditioning coaches, physical therapists, personal trainers, and special populations trainers, and tactical trainers too. So big fan of the NSCA, always will be. That's where I got my certification. CSCS, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist, was through the NSCA. I also have my USAW, United States weightlifting certification level 1. So I do have a fascination for this. That's where, I got the idea of the, Lift Your Monday, right? I want to incorporate weightlifting to, spreading messages of positivity and motivation. So today I get to talk about the weightlifting. So I'm pretty excited about that. A couple questions I got. A lot of them were about plateauing in our workouts. And you see this a lot with like the general population. Because a lot of times they just go in, a lot of times general population will just go in, especially you don't have a trainer or you don't, have a program. You're just kind of just doing what you know or what you've seen, and you keep doing it over and over and over. You start to plateau and you realize, you're not gaining any strength. You're not getting any stronger. You feel the same. You don't feel any different. And I think that's a big thing. So we'll definitely talk about plateauing first. Then we'll kind of get into a little bit of, form and weight. When should you change, or should you ever worry about one more than the other? And then at the end, we'll talk about rest a little bit. And I had they know who they are, to talk about wrestling programming and weightlifting, but that would literally take probably a whole podcast. So I'll talk to you in private about that. But then we'll also kind of go with the rest. We'll talk a little bit about the mental side of weightlifting and sports, just kind of dive into it a little bit. And then maybe we'll expand on that in another podcast. So for plateauing, what happens, like I said, is we constantly, you work out and you keep doing the same things and you don't ever change anything up. You might change a few exercises, but if we're doing the same sets and reps, our body's still getting the same stimulation. So what it comes down to is periodization. And what periodization is it's a progression. It's cycled through. So you'll start in your like muscular endurance phase, which is high volume, right? Really low intensity. So you're just doing a ton of reps, 2 to 3, 4 sets, but real low intensity. It's lightweight. You're just moving, getting your muscles, waking them up pretty much. You're getting your body primed to go into these weight training phases. Then next you have your hypertrophy, and hypertrophy is the building of our muscles, right? We're building our that's the only cough, I promise. We're building our muscles up. So we're we're moderate to high volume. So we're kind of working that volume down a little bit. And then we're low intensity to moderate intensity. So we're bringing up the weight a little bit. This is where we're trying to build those muscles up, right? We're trying to build the size of our muscles. So this is going to be our, 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 20 reps. 20 is on the high end. It's kind of right on the edge of that muscular endurance. But 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 15 to 20 reps, right? Now we're starting to build the size of those muscles. We're really starting to, break them apart and build them back up. Next, after this phase, you'll go into your strength phase. So this is going to be your moderate to low volume with your moderate to high intensity. So now we're going about 3 to 5 sets of 2 to 8 reps. So we're really cutting down on those reps, but sets kind of remain the same, just gives us more opportunities. But now we're going high intensity, so we're really taking that weight up, because now we need to build the strength, right? We built the size of our muscles. Now we need to make them strong. So this is when you're taking your weights up. Last, you have your power phase. And I would say this is more towards if you're training for a specific goal of, competing in something, and, or you're a collegiate athlete or high school athlete, anything like that. But if you are, you probably have a coach, so they should have that in there. But this is going to be, your power is your real low volume, absolute high intensity. So you're going about, 2 to 5 sets of 2 to 3 reps. And these are heavy, right? But they're powerful. So a big thing with power is, you want to be heavy, but if you need to be powerful moving that way too. You can't develop power by not being powerful. You have to move as fast as you can with heavy, heavy weight. So now let's kind of break those down a little bit. Oh, wow. I let you guys down. I'm sorry. But so muscular endurance. So this is where I would start. If I'm doing a training program, this is absolutely where I would start. It is with, really high volume of weights, real low weight, right? I just want to see you move. I want to see you be able to, we got to condition our muscles almost. We got to get our muscles ready to go, so then we can start putting weights on. So I'm talking, let's say, tricep pull down, right? I'm doing 3 sets, 15 reps, 15 to 20 reps, boom, 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 right? But super lightweight, I'm just moving it. I'm moving it, right? Then I'm hitting some squats, right? Just regular squats, air squats, something like that. 3 sets of 20, up and down, right? Getting your body ready. And then you have to do this. So these are all in phases, right? So I don't do one day muscular endurance, one day hypertrophy, one day strength, right? So I need to do this in phases. So I'm doing this for maybe 3 to 4 weeks, getting my body ready to go. Then after that, I'm going to go into my hypertrophy phase. So this is when we start to build the size of our muscles. So now I'm going to really start to kind of break it down. So then I'm hitting my 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 20 reps. So a lot of times we can be at maybe hit, your first set's 10, second set 9, third set 8. You're working down, but you're building the weight up as you go up. So first set, 10 reps, I'm hitting 20 pounds. Second set, 9 reps, I'm hitting 25. 8 reps, I'm hitting 30, right? It's working in opposite directions there. Or you can do, I'm going 3 sets of 10 and I'm working my way up in weight, trying to find your 10 rep RM, figuring it out from there. Keep the intensity low. You're not trying to just murder yourself. So low intensity to moderate intensity, keeping that weight low, probably about to 60 to 70% of your 1 RM, right about there. Then your strength, I'm starting to lower my reps, keeping the sets about the same, right, 3 to 5, but I'm raising that intensity up. So this is I'm getting up to about 80, 85% of my 1 RM max, right? 1 RM is our 1 rep max. So if you're doing bench, it's however much weight you can get in 1 rep. Then power, like I said, high weight, just moving as fast as you can. So this is when we're getting up to our 90, 95, 100%, but we're moving it fast. But let's focus on those first 3 really. So a lot of times what happens is general population, we go in and, I'm doing leg day or I'm doing upper day or bis, tris, things like that. So what I would suggest is, write this out. If you're working out 3 days a week, 4 days a week, that's fine too. So let's do a 3-day plan, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, Monday is my leg day. Wednesday is my upper day. And Friday is my total body day. Total body / cardio or something. Okay, so how I would look at it is I need to alternate my intensities to really avoid plateauing. Because if I can alternate my intensities, then my body can't adapt to the stimulus. But if I constantly do, you know, Monday is my heavy day, Wednesday is my light day, Friday is my mixed day, then my body will kind of get used to that, right? It kind of works with the same saying, if I constantly do the same thing over and over and get the same results, it's the definition of insanity. It goes into weightlifting too. If you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, but you keep expecting the different results to occur, you're mistaken. You have to add a different stimulus. You have to change things up. So back to our example, right? Monday is my leg day, Wednesday is my upper body day, and Friday is my total body day. So my first week, I'm going to do a high intensity on Monday, low intensity on Wednesday, and a moderate intensity on Friday. Then that second week, I'm going to kind of shift those over. So then now my moderate day is going to be on Monday with my leg day. Now my upper body day is high intensity, and then Friday is low intensity day. So I'm switching those around. And then that third week, boom, I switch them again. So I'm constantly moving those around so my body doesn't have time to adapt. When we adapt, we plateau. Without the periodization and without the program that, this is where I'm trying to go, then your body's just going to be, it's just going to settle, and you're not going to gain, any more strength or muscle. You're not pushing your body. So going back, right, our muscular endurance, probably 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. Hypertrophy, man, that can be anywhere 3 to 4 weeks. Strength, 3 to 4. How we do in, training teams is it depends on our season, right? I'm not going to do muscular endurance a lot when I'm in season, right? That's when I'm starting to build my strength. And by the peak of that season, I'm peaking in my power. So I have a periodization, right? A lot of times the most basic periodization model is the linear. So, right. So I'm constantly working up like a graph, like a positive graph. I'm trying to build the strength and the muscle at the same time. I'm trying to, go up. So I'll go up in my weight as I'm going on in the season. When I'm out of season, then I'll start to develop that muscular endurance again, right? Build it back up. And then we go through the cycle. A big thing about going through these phases, and a lot of times, especially in general population, we don't understand that there's a deload and a taper involved that we need. Our body needs a break. You will overtrain yourself, which can in turn cause injuries, can cause you to be extremely tired. It can, really hurt your muscles. And a lot of times it happens because we don't, as a general population, we don't understand that we need to stop, not necessarily stop, but work down, right? You build up and then let it go down, then build back up and then down. You can taper that or deload. A lot of times I use more of a deload in my weight, my teams, but I'm starting to add more of the taper. But the deload, so I'll go up 3 weeks, we're building up, right? 60, 65, 70%. And then that fourth week, I'm going to hit, so if I hit a 75, I'm going to go back down to about a 65, 60%, and I'm going to work back up, right? I need to deload and come back up, right? Allow the body to adjust, right? Allow the body to catch up. If I'm constantly killing the body, it's not going to have time to allow those muscles to catch up and build and become strong. I need to work up, then kind of breathe, and then work up, breathe, right? We have to have those deloads. I like the taper model also. So you work up, 70, 75, 80, 80%, and then, or you get up to 85. And then that fourth week, you hit about 4 sets, right? You go 80% first set, 75 second set, 70 third set, and then 65 that 4 set. So you kind of taper back down in your sets, but then you go next week and then boom, you're back. You're trying to get back up. You're hitting like 70, probably starting to like 75, 80, 85, 90, building back up and then tapering back down, building back up and tapering back down. It's a constant cycle. We have to cycle our bodies. I don't I don't condone the use of steroids, but you have to cycle steroids in a way because you need to adapt, right? Your body will become so used to them that it won't get the benefits, right? It's the same concept in weightlifting. If I'm constantly just using the same techniques, the same sets, same reps, same weight, same everything, my body will just become used to it. And you're almost wasting your time, right? You're getting nothing out of that. So if you're waking up like 5 a.m. doing all this stuff and you're not changing anything, you're sadly not getting anything out of it, which kind of sucks. But we have to constantly change that. I think something that can really help is, change up, your workout kind of what am I looking for? Atmosphere or like idea, so like Monday's your weightlifting day, Tuesday is your more CrossFit-y kind of day, and then Friday is a mix or something. Don't just constantly just do, hey, I'm gonna go in and just lift weights on Monday, lift weights on Tuesday, lift weights half the time on Friday and do a little cardio. Go in, switch it up, right? Have some fun with it. If you're constantly just doing the same stuff over and over and over again, it doesn't get fun, and you kind of lose your passion to even go into the gym. So I'm a big, big believer that just switch it up, have fun with it, right? Instagram has loads of places to find workouts. I'll pull them up right now. I've just found a couple. It's like WOD Roulette and let's see, WOD Roulette, WOD_roulette. Great place. Then you have like the WOD Life. These are all just workouts of the day. Brute Sports always puts out, or Brute Strength always puts some out. There's tons of things on there about weightlifting, different programs, people you should follow. Go explore, find things you like. I'm not saying you have to go dive into CrossFit. I don't do CrossFit. I just do a couple CrossFit workouts when I need a break from what I'm doing now. Find people who know weightlifting. Find people who literally their job is weightlifting and ask them about programs, ask them about things. That I like when people come and ask me about strength and conditioning and weightlifting. I want to help as many people as I can in this aspect because the things I know now, I absolutely did not know before, and I wish I had. It would have benefited me. Benefited? Is that a word? It would have been, if it is, I'm using it, benefited me tremendously in my career as a young athlete. So I really, really suggest going and talking to people too, but we'll kind of recap on the periodization, right? It's a progression. We cycle. You have your muscular endurance, your hypertrophy, strength. Definitely look into those yourself, kind of figure out what you like. Write out a plan, guys. If you're going to do the leg upper total, write out the high, low, moderate, moderate, high, low, low, moderate, high, right? Write out those intensities so hey, today I'm going low intensity, right? Low weight, but I'm really going to hit those reps. I'm going to put some reps on today. Or, hey, I'm hitting high intensity. I'm really going to load that weight up. I'm going low reps, probably 3-5 sets, but I'm hitting that weight today. I'm going to really challenge myself. Moderate, that's when I would kind of do, like a little CrossFit kind of cardio, switch it up. Hey, I'm going to go row 500 meters, and then I'm going to do 5 squats, 10 push-ups, 15 pull-ups, things like that. Or I'm going to jump rope between every set of squat. Switch it up. Have some fun with it. Don't rely on the basics. It's a progressive world, especially in strength and conditioning. Don't be afraid to try new things. Obviously in a safe manner or with someone there to help you, or ask, please don't just do some crazy thing you've never done before and completely hurt yourself. I'm saying now I'm not liable. But please ask, please, if you need anything, I'm here. Instagram, Twitter. If you have my phone number, shoot me a text, call me, whatever it is. I'm not shy. I'll answer whatever you want to talk about. So I hope that helps the periodization and plateauing, guys. Big thing on plateauing, switch up what you're doing. Like at the basics, switch up what you're doing. Do a week of seriously just cardio mixed with your workouts, like in between. Like just switch up your weight, switch up what your exercises, complete transformation for at least a week. Switch things up, guys. And I got a question, like, form versus, sorry, we're kind of switching. But form versus weight. At the end of the day, general population form should take precedence over weight 100% of the time. 100%, like 110%. The only time I've ever really see form not take precedence to weight is at weightlifting competitions when you're going for an ultimate PR, to win the competition. Then, yeah, at the end of the day, I can understand that. I mean, it sucks, and I mean, you got to do what you got to do to win. But or you're pulling 700 pounds off the ground for a deadlifting competition, your back might round a little bit. Yeah, it is what it is. But when you're training, when you're training, form always takes precedence over weight. Nah, a million times over. Like, there's no doubt. If I'm a coach and I'm a bird walk for a minute, big thing that bothers me and strength and conditioning coaches especially is when you see these like high school kids and high school videos and they're doing like cleans and snatches, or I can squat 600 pounds, and the form is just like, it hurts you to watch it. Is just, it sucks, because high school is where we can absolutely just really need to dive into and really help athletes, because that's where they ultimately develop and come into college. And if you're cleaning like that, you pretty much are teaching a brand new athlete how to clean when they get here. And it's not easy, because it's harder actually, because they already have all these things already built up, these techniques and things that are awful for them already built into their brain. So now we have to pretty much retrain them, break all those down, then retrain them back up. So it's rough. Um, if you don't know what you're doing as a coach, don't coach it. I think that's a big thing. If you don't know how to coach a clean, don't have your team doing cleans. If you don't know how to coach a snatch, don't have them doing snatch. If you don't even know how to coach a squat, please do not have them doing squats with 500 pounds. Oh, it's frustrating. But like, did you guys see that video of that kid doing the clean and like stares in the camera? Oh man, it hurts to watch that. Hurts to watch, but it's changing. We're starting to see high school coaches actually having to be certified and having to know what in the world they're doing. So that's huge. But yes, form always over weight. Always, always, always. And rest wise, I think it just depends. Like, right now I'm on 4 days out of 7, and I'll rest probably 2 and do a little cardio on 1. That's my goal. I just started the cardio last couple weeks. It's nice because I do cardio my workouts at the end, but now I get to kind of like mix it up. So I'm mixing like some rowing, biking, and starting to do a little more jump rope. But I can have more freedom because it's not part of my workout program. But definitely got to rest. Also, I think it depends on our daily schedules. If you're working a lot and you're constantly gone all day, and sometimes you need to add just a little more rest. Go to 3 days a week and have 4 days of rest. You're still going to benefit out of it. You're still getting your health, and you're still taking care of your body. I mean, unless your workouts are like 15 minutes in those 3 days each, you might need to add a little more. But I mean, if you're getting at least 50 minutes in those 3 days, you're golden. Take care of yourself. Be active. Do the little things throughout the day. Take the stairs. Park a little farther, walk, and things like that. You'll be fine. And on those rest days, guys, rest. I think that's huge. I know that's a thing that college athletes struggle with, is actually resting. I just think it's funny because, they come in, some days they just don't want to be there, but then the next day they're in there getting their bicep, tricep pump in, or, a little extra cardio and a little booty pump, whatever it is. Like, why? Like, there's a reason we have a program laid out for you, is so we can get strong. You don't need to do some of this other stuff, and like coming in and squatting on a day off, that blows my mind. Bicep, tricep, I can understand that. Everybody's got to do a little beach muscle, beach body pump. That's fine, but man, sometimes. Um, I think, a big thing is motivation for lifting, and sorry, I gotta plug my charger. Uh, Motivation in general for just athletics is a huge thing. A lot of times, I've talked about it a little bit, is just having that mental toughness. And, a big thing for me is wrestling. When you're wrestling, it's really one-on-one. You have to be able to handle that situation. You have to be able to handle, point being put on you, 2 points being put on you, and how do you respond? It's huge. But it's every day in life, mental toughness. We're constantly, especially on this podcast, we constantly talk about how things happen to you that you cannot control. Literally no control. Like, Travis could come in and punch me in the face. I cannot control that, but I can control how I respond. Do I just all of a sudden make it turn into a brawl, or do I turn the other cheek? Right? How do you respond to situations you cannot handle? That goes into mental toughness in itself. I was talking to somebody on the track team, and we were talking about how, throughout the competition, if you do bad on one thing, you have to compete again in like probably 5 to 10 minutes sometimes. And if you're still worried about the first thing, it's going to completely ruin the rest of your day. Like, if you're running the hurdles, no, if you do long jump and you don't get the jump you want, what can you do about it? Literally, after you have landed and step out of the sand pit, is there anything you can do about the jump that just happened? Anything? No, nothing. Literally, it's done. It's in the past. It's written down in history. It is there forever. But what you can do is, either if you get another one, you go take that next jump and you respond, or you go on to your next event and say, hey, I did what I could do, and that's it. There's literally nothing else you could do. Why would you be upset about it? And I know, people listening are probably like, what, you were like this your whole – no, I wish I was. I wish I had a podcast like this to tell me, hey, get over it. Respond. Figure it out. It's over with. There's nothing you can do about it. Why are you sulking? It would have changed my life to have that. And I already know my dad's going to be like, I've been telling you that your whole life. Okay, yeah, I get it. But we all know, listen from your dad. Yeah, you listen, but it's like, oh, he's not right. Blah, blah, blah. Dad, you're right. You're right. This is the only time you hear me say it. You're welcome. But when it also comes down to how bad how bad do you want it? Right? Because if you're just going to sulk about it, you obviously don't want it that bad, because you've just been given a blueprint, a plan, a given the details of how to improve, right? Because you've just been given a reason, a way how not to do it, right? You've been given a failure. That's awesome, because now you can come back and respond from that. Mental toughness is a very, very hard thing to grasp and to have even in life. So many times, throughout games, you can just see people mentally break. Watch a football game, right? Watch a football game. You can see a team just break. You can see one play can change an entire game. And right on that play, you just see the other team just done. It's over. It's crazy. I think, just taking that into life, a lot of times, especially at work, your boss is going to tell you something that you can't be like, no. He's going to give you a project you can't say no to. You just have to do it. So you could either do it terribly and get no recognition, nothing, he'll just nod it on, or you can do great, kill the project and see where it goes from there. Maybe you get a promotion out of that. Maybe he just wants to see how you respond to him giving you something that you don't want to do. A lot of the times, people are testing you. How can you respond in a positive way to be successful? We talked about, I would kind of go on a little bird walk right here, but I was listening to church today, Red Rocks, and they were talking about comparison. And no joke, the same quote I used, comparison is the thief of joy, they used it. They were talking about the same thing, and how so often we compare ourselves to others, especially with social media nowadays. We compare ourselves constantly. And this goes into mental toughness too. This goes into mental toughness too. It kills us mentally, right? Constantly just breaks us down like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. They're so happy. Why am I not that happy? Because they don't want you to see their struggles. They don't want you to see the bad things they have going on. They're not going to put that on social media. There's only person you need to compare yourself to is yourself, of where you used to be and where you are now. Like my buddy Josh says, it's one day at a time, one step at a time. Man, we're going to get him on here to explain his story because it's incredible. That's my goal. Oh man, I love it. But at the end of the day, you got to dive down deep. How bad do you want it? What do you want? Do you know what you want? Like, truly, do you know what you want? Man, that was a big bird walk. Crazy, just going all over right now. But quick thought of the day. Today, my challenge to you is to spread some love, peace, positivity, joy, whatever it might be. It does not matter who that person is. It does not matter what they believe. It does not matter their skin color, their gender, who they love. It does not matter. They are still a human being, and they were put on this earth for a reason. And your job is to show them love. It's like my shirt says, love thy neighbor, love thy homeless neighbor, love thy Muslim neighbor, thy black neighbor, thy gay neighbor, thy immigrant neighbor, thy Christian neighbor. Love them all. They're all the same. They're all human beings. On the inside, we all look the same. It's like those pictures of the eggs, right? You have the brown egg and the white egg. When you crack it open, it's the same thing. I can't say it enough. There's not enough positivity, not enough love in this world. So let's be the change, right? Be the change you wish to see. It starts with us. The most contagious thing in the world is energy, positive or negative. Don't spread the negative energy. Be the positive energy in the room. Be the positive light. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. A little weightlifting, a little mental toughness, a little life, and, great thought of the day. I must say so myself, because it's the most important thing in the world, positive energy. Other than that, I hope you enjoy your Monday. I hope you lift your Monday, and I hope you have a great Monday. Share the love, share the podcast, spread it out there for me, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Other than that, I also forgot. Nobody won the giveaway because we didn't get to the listens. I might change it up. I might figure some things out. I'm not sure, but stay tuned. Like I said, if you guys have any weightlifting questions, anything, please, please, please get in contact with me. I'd love to help you. Other than that, have a great Monday. Lift your Monday. Spread the love. Thank you.